All right, hi, I just want to give you some information on your test, give you some of the information that you need to know if you want to be successful on your test, which I have right here in front of my hands. First thing I need you to know is kind of the setup of how the test is going to be going as we get going through with this video. So first and foremost, there's going to be the first one through, it looks like 1 through 19 are going to be fill in the blanks. There's going to be a possibility of 22 points in that section of the test. So all you need to do is go through. I'm going to give you a sentence. I'm going to have some words blanked out. You simply need to tell me those words right through there. I'll give you some more detail on that in just 1 second. The second portion of the test is going to be 38 points. Okay, it's going to go question 1 through let me look. 1 through 19 as well. 38 possible points right there. Going to be worth 2 points apiece. On these, you simply need to answer the question. They're a little bit higher order thinking questions, not probably as easy as the other ones are going up previously on the fill in the blank, but make sure you can answer all of those questions completely and fully. My recommendation is give me the most amount of information possible there. The more information you can give, the better it's going to be. I might not necessarily think is correct, but if you argue your point well, I might give you about half a point or something like that. The final two questions on the test are going to be essays. These two essays, one of them is going to be opinion-based, so you need to back it up with facts. The other one is going to directly relate to the objectives and the outlook, kind of the expected outcome from this unit of study on the test. A couple things that you need to pay attention for on the essays is first and foremost, make sure you have an opening statement, okay, an introduction. Make sure you have a thesis statement where you're outlining your arguments, a body, and then a conclusion as well where you kind of summarize everything in there. But make sure you do that. Make sure you do it in essay form. If you just write random question or answers that aren't even complete sentences, don't expect to get full credit on those essays. So the two essays to end it up off from there. When it comes to the actual content, you need to be looking about everything we talked about really from the defenestration of Prague with the 30 Years' War. Understand the difference between the Catholics and the Protestants. Okay, what do the Catholic think happened in that situation? What do the Protestants think happened in that situation? You want to know the difference between a Catholic and a Protestant. Okay, a Protestant is simply a non-Catholic Christian. They're all Christians. Protestants have some different beliefs than Catholics do. Okay, they don't accept the Pope, whereas Catholics do. Faith alone is what Protestants believe can get you to heaven, where Catholics believe you need faith and good works. So people explain some of that stuff. Okay, people explain why the Peace of Westphalia was important. It broke up the Holy Roman Empire, allowing for the establishment of new kingdoms. Additionally, after this time period, you are no longer necessarily the religion that you were born into. You're going to be the religion that the king was, and that's going to be important. So we'll explain kind of those different things right through there. You want to know the difference between the Calvinists, the Catholics, and the also, you want to know who the Huguenots are. Okay, they're the group from France, those Protestant refugees who escaped from France because they're being persecuted in France. Be able to explain who those people are. Looking at the Spanish Golden Age, be able to explain Philip II, why he was important, has such a large empire. Talk about the Spanish Armada, why that was important, allowing him to protect his empire for such a long period of time. I also want to be able to explain why is it significant that he was so Catholic and wanted to really embrace his Catholicism. People talk about that, understand the difference between humanism and Neoplatonism, okay, the focus on the individual and the focus on the spiritual. In the Spanish Golden Age, how everything was really focused on being Catholic and being Spanish. Be able to explain that and understand kind of what is going on at that time period. Additionally, when it comes to the Dutch, be able to explain why the Dutch are so powerful. They have the Dutch East India Trade Company, where they're going to really get a monopoly over the East Indies, allowing them to grow and prosper, establish a navy and an army, mint coins, and kick other people out of the region. You're going to talk about why they're fighting with the English. Okay, the English want trade routes there, and so the Dutch. The Dutch have the advantage of more money, but the English have the advantage of geography, where they can kind of box out the Dutch from getting out, and that's going to lead to a number of problems. To be able to talk about that, be able to talk about Charles the first, okay, and the issues that he had leading up with Oliver Cromwell. We will talk about William and Mary and the Glorious Revolution and the English Civil War, why they came in, why they did what they did, why so many people were okay letting a Protestant come in and take over when a Catholic monarch was there before. Hint, hint, if you don't understand what I mean by that, look back over your notes or reach out to me, I'll probably tell you. A couple other things when it comes down, be able to explain the difference in all those different events that I was just talking about. in detail. You can sit down and be able to kind of tell me, here's basically what happened in this one. You are going to be okay when it comes to the multiple choice, and then the fill in the blank, not multiple choice, and then the short answer ones going on down later. Okay, religion is going to be crucially important to make sure you understand the basic difference between Catholics, Lutherans, and Protestants. That's why I had to do those Venn diagrams in class. You can do those. You should be doing okay on this test. The final thing I want to talk about real fast are those two different essay questions at the end. Look back at your objectives. Okay, that's going to give you some clues on the essay question. I'm not going to tell you what the essay questions are because I want you to kind of, it's not fair, I don't feel like, for me to be able to give you the questions of the test ahead of time. But you want to know what that is. Additionally, be able to take a position on an argument and defend that position. You all did a fantastic job of that in the debates. You might want to be able to take kind of that same position. Again, that's going to be important to make sure you do that. As usual, though, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Don't wait until last minute because it's going to be hard for me to get you the information you need. But please reach out to me as soon as humanly possible. I'll get that back to you as quick as I can. Otherwise, have a great rest of your time. Have a wonderful weekend and talk to me later. Have a good day.